2 years ago, 16 castaways gathered in Wissahickon Park, just outside of Center City, Philadelphia, to compete in the greatest social experiment ever created. They were divided into 2 equal tribes and competed in epic challenges to secure their safety. They looked for someone to trust in a game where there's no one to trust. One at a time, at the Grand Coliseum of Tribal Council, they battled each other with shocking plays. Epic blindsides. And one at a time, they voted each other out, getting them one step closer to the title of sole survivor. 2 years ago, Survivor Philadelphia took the internet by storm. And now, we're doing it again. When you find yourself at a crossroads in life or in the game of Survivor, there are often 2 choices. Think through the options, analyze the ramifications, and play with your head. Or focus on your feelings, listen to your emotions, and play with your heart. Welcome to Survivor Philadelphia, Head versus Heart. The Head Tribe, 8 strangers who all possess strong logical deduction skills, ready to form alliances that will power them to control the game. The Heart Tribe, 8 strangers who possess strong intuition, allowing them to build bonds and forge relationships that will earn them the win. Which castaway can combine the power of their head with the power of their heart to outlast all the rest? They'll need to adapt, or they'll be voted out of the tribe. In the end, one will remain to claim the $250 grand prize and the title of sole survivor. 14 hours, 16 people, 1 survivor.
All right, I would like to formally welcome all of you to Wissahickon Park, just outside of Center City, Philadelphia, for our 2nd season of Survivor Philadelphia. Now, it's taken us a lot to get here. We've been through shutdowns, we've been through a global pandemic, and sometimes I wondered if we ever were actually going to get back here, but after 2 years, we are back here to crown the next winner of Survivor Philadelphia. It's going to be one of you guys by the end of the night.
I'm just excited to have Survivor back in my life. With the pandemic and with everything else, I wasn't having anything about Survivor in my life, which has just been such a source of joy. It feels like the return of real life.
Now, for our 2nd season, we decided to focus on decision making. Now, when you have a decision either in life or in the game of Survivor, it often comes with 2 potential choices. You can either think about all your options, think about the logic behind it, think about the implications of your decision. If you're thinking rationally, you're thinking with your head.
I think probably people are going to think I'm a huge nerd because I have glasses and I study history. I can't help that I actually am a nerd. So
If you're thinking with your feelings, you tend to know exactly what you want to do in a situation. You don't have to think about it for a second, because the thing that makes us most human tells us what to do. If you're thinking with your emotions, you're thinking with your heart.
The way I live my life, I don't live life with regrets, so I usually do whatever I want, and whatever the consequences of that are, I deal with it, and either A, I'm successful, or it's just a learning experience.
So that's why this season, we'd like to welcome you, Survivor Philadelphia, Head versus Heart.
I'm excited to backstab people. I'm excited to just be sneaky. I'm just excited to have fun all around now. I'm gonna just experience this to the fullest. I'm just such a huge fan of Survivor.
So my first tribe, to my left here, you are the blue tribe. You will be the Head tribe. Here's your buffs.
I think they're gonna underestimate me, honestly. That usually happens as being a teacher. Like, they don't really think that, like, those who can't do teach, right? That's like the saying.
Head tribe, you are logical. You are the thinkers of this game. You set yourselves up for success and you build foundational alliances that can get you to the end of this game. However, you start thinking too hard, you start planning out every move and seeing everyone as just a number, you're not going to end up winning at the end because you don't have the passion and the heart moves in order to get you there. Tribe on my right, you're the red tribe. You are the heart tribe.
You know, I plan to make my mark on the game today by just showing up and being myself. I've never been good at doing anything but that.
Heart tribe, you are the empathetic feelers of this game. You are very good at relationship building. You're very good at making connections. But you have to make sure that you actually plan out your strategy and get those alliances to the end. Now, there are many ways to play this game, and we don't want to shoehorn you into a box. So if you want to play with your head at a certain time, or if you want to play with your heart at a certain time, you should. Because one thing is clear. If you think just with your head, you can build alliances and you can get to the end. But you cannot have the emotional and passionate move to actually win this game. Whereas if you play with your heart too much, you might end up giving all you have to someone and getting betrayed. You end up with nothing more than a broken heart. So it's going to be the person who can actively combine using their head and using their heart that will win this game today. Take home the grand prize, $250 when they leave today.
You know, I have a bit of a competitive nature, so I definitely want to bring that into it, but at the same time, I don't want to kind of be too much and too aggressive, so I don't want to necessarily play it safe, but I don't kind of want to, you know, play all my cards all in one hand.
Now we want to start the game off with a bang. And what better way to start this game, Survivor Philadelphia, than with your first community challenge? Do you want to know what you're playing for? You have this idol, you cannot be voted out. You will not go to tribal council. Losers, somebody's going to the first tribal council where, before this game even started barely, one of you will be the first person voted out of this game.
For today's challenge, you're going to dig up puzzle pieces out of a sand pit and retrieve puzzle pieces from a field. Once you have all the pieces, the first tribe to solve the Survivor Philadelphia logo puzzle will win immunity.
You guys ready to get to it? All right, so we are about to find out who will take home the first challenge, be safe from tribal council tonight. Losers, tribal council, somebody will be the first person voted out of this tribe. Are you guys ready to go? Yeah! Survivors ready? Go! Matt and Isaiah are running out for the first piece. Matt's got his first piece for the next one. Chrissy's going for a piece. Chrissy has a second piece for the heart tribe. Isaiah struggling on the head tribe, unable to find a piece. Jason's got their piece for the heart tribe. They're up 3-0. Jason digging for the heart tribe. And with an interesting strategy, using their brain to dig out the pieces before they get them, now they're catching up. Dave with the next piece for the head tribe. Now going back out for the heart tribe, going out to the field to get a piece. He's got a piece for the head tribe. It's pretty even right now, both tribes hustling. You do not want to go to that first tribal council tonight. Tyler digging out those pieces. Jake's running out into the field, getting a piece for the head tribe. Jason's sprinting to get that piece for the heart tribe. Ariel's out there on the field, followed by Melissa. Ariel slips on the wet sand. Isaiah back out with a piece for the head tribe. Matt going out for one of the final head pieces, heart pieces. Tyler runs into Matt. Chrissy going out for the heart tribe. Jake gets the second to last piece for head. Chrissy's got the third to last for heart. Dave going through the sand pit again. Liz sprinting out there to get that piece. Dave's back with the last piece for head. One more. Both times, Heart has it. They are now onto the puzzle, leading in this challenge. We've got Rowan, Kevin, and Chrissy solving the puzzle for Heart. Head tribe looking for their last piece. Melissa out in the field looking for that final piece, trying to catch up in this challenge. Heart tribe putting together their puzzle. Melissa cannot find that final piece for the head tribe. She's got it! They're onto the puzzle! It's anybody's game now. You can make it up in the puzzle. You've got Stephanie, Rowan, solving the puzzle for the head tribe. Heart tribe had an advantage in this challenge. They're on their puzzle, almost finished. Head tribe's got to pick up time if they want to win this first challenge. Head tribe down, heart tribe down to their final pieces. Head tribe's trying to catch up. Heart Head tribe headed to the first tribal council where somebody will be the first person voted out of this game. Alright, so our first challenge is complete. You guys both showed a tremendous effort. Heart tribe, you ended up solving the puzzle, taking it home. How does it feel? Alright, you can come grab your immunity. You can come grab your tribe map.
Alright, let's go!
You guys are safe tonight. Enjoy the night off. You guys are going to head that way over to your camp. You're safe tonight. You guys can head on out. Enjoy your night.
Hey Jeff, I'd like to make a negotiation.
Head tribe. I wish it wasn't so, but this game has barely begun and one of you is about to be the first person voted out of this game. I'll give you your tribe map. You guys are going to follow that over to your tribe camp over there. Somebody tonight will be the first person voted out of this game. Grab your stuff, head back to camp. I'll see you tonight at Tribal.
I think we were kind of set up to lose. Those were kind of like the smart ones and not the physical ones, but it still stinks to lose first, and I feel really bad for whoever goes home, including myself.
So, things we did that.
Oh, wait, can I see the map? My name is Lauren McGrath. I am 24. I am from Bridgewater, New Jersey, and I am an email marketing specialist. My strategy going into the game today is really just to be friends with everyone, but not too friendly. I definitely don't want for them to be gunning for me to vote me out post-merge, but I definitely want to make great connections and just kick butt in all the challenges.
Water fountain.
Should we go to the well, guys?
Let's go together.
Yeah, let's go.
True mail could have been in the
Dying of thirst. My name is Ariel de Jesus Cristian Peralta Cava. I'm from Queens, New York, and right now I am a senior account executive working with the Brooklyn Nets. My strategy coming into the game is simply to be social with people. Don't overthink it. It may be a quick game, but if people aren't engaged with you, they're not interested in what you have to say.
Are those blue scumbags allowed to come to our water well?
My name is Jason Peters. I'm a writer, journalist, producer, and artist, I suppose. And I'm from Philadelphia.
No, I don't. I want to be nice because I don't want them to. I don't want to be their #1 enemy on the team.
I know.
I know it's gonna get there eventually, but I think it would be cool to start mocking them the first time they lose. You know.
I think I already see some differences between me and the other candidates right now. There's a lot of optimism in there and a lot of positivity, and that's just not who I am. I feel like if anyone's gonna be the quote-unquote bad guy or like the villain, it'll either be me or someone else like snapping out of nowhere.
What's up? I don't want to send anyone home. I want to win out. Yeah. Let's split the 250 evenly. Yeah. A little Panera bread, got a modest one. Yeah. There you go. Wait, did we get treated?
No, it's over there, but it's empty.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. It's that little.
Wait, can we ask the map?
Yeah, look.
There were probably 2 idols in it.
Yeah.
My name is Kevin from New Jersey, and I'm an adjunct professor. I've watched Survivor from day one, so I've always been a fan of Survivor, which is why I wanted to apply to survivorphilly. It just looks like a good experience, and who knows from here. My strategy is not to be the first person voted off. I am most excited about just having the overall experience and getting to know people. What's that?
So my name is Tyler James Lonergan. I live in around the Northern Liberty area of Philadelphia. I'm a 7th grade English teacher. Listen, I want to get close with like a group of like 4-ish people, and then everyone thinks that like I'm super close with them and like they're my #1. But in actuality, like I have my real #1 in mind, and like I'll go to the end with them.
Try another sesh. Should we go get our tree now? Is that what we need to do? Or just strategize? I don't know either.
The water
Beer bottle. Is that the idol? I'm Rowan. I'm 42 years old and I'm a sales manager. My strategy is just to have fun, have a good social game, get to know people, and just hope they don't vote me out. I feel like maybe the mom, because I feel I'm a little older than some of the people on my tribe, so I'm thinking that maybe just like a fun old lady.
So we just like not be uncomfortable, like talking to each other.
Yeah.
Like, look at all the
Don't be offended.
conversations. Yeah. I said this is what My name's Jake. I am 24 years old. I'm 25 next week, and I work in college housing. So I like sort of supervise RAs and make sure residents are doing okay. I think I'm like maybe on the younger side of the cast, and I think a lot of times I show up in situations and people don't take me super seriously. I see that in the professional world a lot. In my role of just sort of coming out of undergrad and then grad school, people still might think I'm young and inexperienced. That might follow me here, I'm not sure, but I guess we'll find out.
Okay, cool. So
Hey.
I'm Dave Holdsworth. I am 52 years old, and I'm a marketing executive working on eggs. I'm a marketing egg executive. I'm a big believer. You can't win the game early, but you can lose the game early. So I'm just going to play under the radar, everyone's buddy, kind of the dad if they need help with something, but not really step up and be a leader unless you're forced into the role. Hopefully make to the merge and then start cutting people.
piece, but then again, it's sort of like a simple lineup.
I feel bad for Melissa, but she was the last puzzle person to find that last piece, and that's just an easy way an easy purpose to get her out first. So I don't know. So should we talk to them and see what they're thinking?
Oh, do we have to do that?
I don't think we're going to be emailed.
We lost the challenge in our mail! Alex Gardner.
Yeah. My name is Stephanie. I'm 32 years old and I'm a historian. Of course, everyone wants to be here. Yeah. I'm trying to really keep an open mind and be willing to work with anyone and make friends with everyone. Well, what do we need? We need brains, but we really need brawn because we're the smart guy. So you need strength.
My name is Melissa Sanguinetti. I'm 22 and I work in travel security. I'm not sure how people will perceive me as like an outsider. I haven't lived in Philly that long. I've lived here for 2 months, so coming from like a total different area of the country, so that can either make me stand out in a good way or make me stand out as a target.
Yeah, you be the easiest one, so.
Yeah.
Right, so how do we protect you? Like, you know, how do we like use that to our advantage? Yeah. I think the name on most people's lips is Melissa just because she happened out of luck basically to be the last person looking for that puzzle piece. But I don't know, I was hoping to make a girls' alliance and I'd hate to see her go so soon.
Making such good relationships with this That's what we're here for.
I'm Hannah, I'm 31, and I'm a doctor, pediatrics. My biggest fear is that sometimes it takes me a little while to open up, so I'm worried that people might think that I'm not friendly or not interested in spending time with them and learning more about them, and that they might vote me out because of that. But I'm most excited to spend time with all of these people and go through this experience together and hopefully win the game in the end.
I'll go look around. I might be out first.
Hey, it's okay. Yeah.
I am not feeling good because kind of lost the challenge for the team. Well, I was just the last person to go. I think it was a group effort, so obviously my name is out there. And then they want to get out the weak people, which are kind of the people I've talked to more, so I'm just trying to get the name on someone else. Briefly looked for an idol just because I feel like I had to. Haven't found anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if I go out first, but I'm doing my best.
And then you have Philly here, like Lancaster. It's kind of in like the
Where is this?
north central York, Pennsylvania.
One of the few colleges I got into.
My name is Liz Kane, and my occupation, I'm a clinical research manager, and I'm originally from York, Pennsylvania. I know, every time I say that, everyone's like, nice! So what do you do?
So do you work with like campaigns and stuff?
No, so actually I do like oncology. We do a lot of like phase 1, basically like the first and ever drug trials to see if they like basically it's like their last resort of a treatment. You know, a lot of times I'm outgoing and you know I bring a different energy, and so I think that's how I'll be able to kind of stand out and make sure that you know I make it to the end.
Wait, is this why you're a
It's
heart? Because you're like an
It's like it is. It's almost like conflicting because it's like you're making so much money, but at the same time, like I see what you're doing firsthand, helping people. So it's like I get this like big like I appreciate that you're funding all of this, but at the same time, like you're making millions.
How you're making the money?
Yeah, like how it's just like it's a very fine line. I think that the other players will perceive me as somebody who is easy to get along with, but you know, sometimes could be a little bit reserved, you know, depending on if I'm comfortable and kind of, it takes me a little bit to come out of my shell. So,
You're a heart.
Yeah.
Saving lives? What?
Oh, I knew this was
But I'm like a writer and a journalist. That could be on the brain.
That feels, it doesn't mean you're not
That
smart,
sounds very
but I
emotional
think,
to me.
Yeah.
Writing your inner,
You have to
most
write with your
deepest
emotions and
That's
how
true.
connect with people.
It makes sense that I'm on the heart team. I'm happy, I guess, to be on the heart tribe. I feel like I'm smart, but I feel like I write poetry and stuff. Like I am. You wouldn't expect it looking at me that I am very much like in tune with mental health stuff and really like with like empathy. I'm big on empathy.
Okay, so we know why you're on the heart then.
Very passionate.
No, they put a lot of thought. I didn't even think there'd be a theme. I was
I
like,
know,
red and blue.
I loved it.
Red and blue. That's
Just
smart
you.
to put us in different shirts. I was like, that's good.
And that's why you're not on the
No.
Yeah, so why is everybody else on the
I think in my tape I said a lot about like being excited that Survivor came to Philly and just loving that I've made this city my own. And I think that kind of probably made it more heart related.
I mentioned that I house sit for people.
And you think that got you in there?
What? When you go out of town for months, who do you trust enough to house sit? Make sure that the fish and the cats are fed? Me. That's who. When your wife wants to go to the Lady Gaga concert and you really don't want to, who do you trust enough to make sure that she has a good time? Me. That's who.
They trust me with their home.
I get it.
Okay.
Who do you trust with the keys to your house?
Nobody. I don't want
Ariel.
You think I'll let
The
people
person that has the keys to your heart.
Aww.
doing
You
that?
doing these like, gosh.
Now we know why you're on the horse.
Yeah. What about you, Nikki?
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't. Maybe it's my job.
Is it the counselor?
Yeah. 'Cause I
Yeah.
it's my job.
Yeah.
What are they? A bunch of like actuaries and morticians?
I'm Nikki Lascalzo, and I work with couples, and I'm from Yardley, Pennsylvania. My strategy going into the game today is I have no strategy because one of the things I always think is most important about this game is kind of like the culture that builds, and I don't really understand how it's going to happen in a one-day game. I'm just imagining, you know, old ladies usually out first. So my biggest fear going into the game is that I just get totally no time to build any relationships and that I'm just out quick.
Missy, what do you do?
I'm a 9th grade English teacher.
Nice.
The largest high school in the state of Delaware.
Hell
So you gotta use your heart with those kids.
What is
I
that?
try my hard.
My name is Chrissy McNamara. I am from Aston, Pennsylvania, in the Delco. I am a 9th grade English teacher, and I also have a second job as a bra sales and fitter.
So that's Canterbury Tales here.
9th grade was Shattering Glass is one of them. Romeo and Juliet is one of them.
I did that.
Always Romeo and Juliet.
I've played like mini orgs for a while now, and in these games, primarily I'm a social player. I'll probably be pretty social and somewhat flirtatious with a man. My husband said it's fine, it's for money. I can say that they're going to perceive me as one of the athletic people on the team. I would like to think that I might be one of the athletic people on the team. My biggest fear in the game would be going early, like going first or second. I just don't want that. If it happens, I was never here. And also like being the reason, okay dog, my time. If I were to possibly like cause my tribe to lose a challenge, I would just feel real crappy about that.
I know. Nice and thirsty.
I love asking.
Maybe.
I know. They had a lot of jokes.
Oh, I know. Well, that's a good question. Yeah. Probably a lot of reasons. I like feel like I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like I'm not good at. My name's Matt Scott. I am an impact storyteller, and I'm from Washington D.C. I'm increasingly bad at like biting my tongue with things, and like I feel like I find myself speaking up about like being a black person, being a queer person, being like I also talk about like losing my dad and grief, and like that motivates me a lot. And then we do like social impact work, so pick a reason. I'm so excited just to play Survivor. Like I couldn't actually see myself playing the real game without dying, so I'm excited to like have the chance to actually do this and prove something to myself along the way. I think that people will see me as someone who is just here to have a good time, have fun, connect with people, laugh, which I am, but I don't think people will necessarily see like how much of a gamer I might be or how much I am willing to like work to get to the end and get through and make it to the next spot.
You're like the heart of the heart.
I was gonna say, you're like literally the...
And like naturally I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cry.
I'll go and let y'all.
What are you thinking?
I mean, I don't know because I feel like I'm the target, so I'm willing to like jump on anyone else. What are you thinking?
It's a little weird, you know. I feel kind of strange because you just met all these people and now you have to vote somebody out, and it's a little scary.
I mean,
you know, obstinates and put out there.
I'm not mad at anyone for that. I feel like I'm not gonna be
I just feel like, as far as socially, the only other person, the one person to talk about is Hannah. So that would be the other name that I would put there. I wouldn't think that anybody's being sketchy so far, but I definitely don't have a connection with Hannah. So, you know, I know that her name's up on the chopping block. I would much rather see her go than Melissa.
Well, we're all smart enough. Do we really need a super smart person?
Which one of us is
I know, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
People could bring different strengths, right?
If you're with me, I'll do like, if you can make the, you know, that way, I'm game for that. Okay.
I'm really sad that we didn't win that first challenge. It would have been so much easier if we could have taken that, but here we are. I'm hearing my name going around, so I'm trying to make sure that it's not me, which means that I'm looking at one of the other consensus targets, which right now seems like Melissa, because she struggled in the challenge a little bit. It really sucks to have to be think about voting out another woman, which I really didn't want to do coming in, but again, if it's not me, I don't want it to be me. So.
I don't know. I just don't know. Like, are we not gonna? You know, is this all the personality we're gonna say? Like, I'm not feeling like the strongest connection.
Okay.
Like personally, but I mean, I would put like, you know, it's either I'm cool, however the group wants to go, but just like kind of something to put out there.
My name's Isaiah. I'm 23 years old, and I'm a service assistant at a hospital. If I can survive like the first 2-3 rounds, then I should be fine for a while. But just like, obviously, just like the first boot or whatever, that's just what I want to avoid. But I'm just really, I guess I'm just trying to integrate myself well and just make sure that people feel comfortable enough to like keep me in their plans and tell me everything, and just hopefully that works out well.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that water.
I can see it.
There's thorns.
Yeah, there's thorns all the way down.
I was trying to look for idols, but there's a lot of thorns out there. So, no. You know, I feel really good with like Isaiah and also Tyler, and I want to say Jake. Is that somebody's name?
Right, and your voice is a little loud, just to let you know.
My voice is always loud. Okay.
Well, I just don't want them
Don't want to
even out
overhear
there.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys hear me?
No.
Oh no.
Not at all.
No, we didn't hear all your secrets. Not at all.
Roanne the most, I feel most sketchy, only because she just talks a lot, and that's okay, but in a short game it could get grating.
I guess I'm sketched out about like the two guys who kind of look alike, just because I guess that's an easy target. My name has been mentioned. Hannah is like another one. I'm trying to get it on Kyle.
It's okay. There's not. That's okay. I think I said the wrong name. There's not.
No, that's not it.
It's Jack.
No.
You're right.
Okay, so this is a good song.
Wait. No, okay.
I think I've been on. Like, yo, Jack, this is Jake.
I know.
It's me. I'm back. It's been wrong.
What's your name again? What are you talking
We should all like hold this like hello. Like,
You remember them. I remember. So are you thinking that?
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Yeah.
I think he's the most similar to you. I think it'd be best for Yeah, because then you're that guy. Right.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Same
you
build,
can-
same physicality.
Does that mean I'm better or what? Am I like the rebound?
You're all green. No! Look, you're the target.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna vote for myself.
So that's gonna be my vote. If you want to preserve yourself. Yeah.
Like I said, I've heard Melissa and Kyle.
Okay, so there's no Kyle.
I feel like since Melissa and Kyle are sort of on the outs, I think they know that. I think they're going to start trying to like do something else. I'd rather not to do either one of them, honestly, because I think that they could be beneficial for my game later down the road.
Personally, I'm for B.
Okay. That's completely fine. That's completely fine. Yeah. So.
Jake, I called you Jack like twice. I'm so sorry.
I'm feeling okay. There's obviously a lot going on. It sucked to lose that challenge. I've heard my name thrown around a little bit, and I'm like, why? I haven't done anything. So I've heard that thrown out by Melissa. So there's a lot of talk at first if we're gonna go Melissa, Hannah, but I think it's landing on Melissa unless something changes by the time we walk to tribal. So I kind of want to check in with everybody before I'm done talking here, just to make sure that I'm on the right page. But so I'm feeling a little stressed as the first vote, but yeah.
Hey. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I feel really good with Stephanie, I believe her name is. I really like Stephanie. I want to work with her.
Yeah.
I want to do like the final two.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I hope I have a little bond with Isaiah. I hope that we can be like a Wawa alliance together.
I personally would like Hannah to go. I haven't spoken to her as much. People want Melissa going. I don't want that. I like to keep like the big threats around. So I'd rather see Hannah go. But as long as it's not me, honestly, I don't care. I'm adjustable.
I mean, there's a person I want to target, but I don't think she's on everyone's lips. Melissa will stay with us because Melissa's in danger. Okay, you, me, and the two girls.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm down.
You might not be accepted tries for a long time.
I'm not. I like to.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the numbers. So I don't. Like everybody else is targeting.
Oh, everybody's trying.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear his name yet. This is the first time.
Well, that's because everyone's nobody heard his name.
I did not.
Well, that's what they both.
Okay, that's my first time hearing that.
So if you. Well, that's a good sign.
I hadn't even
thought
about
it. That's a sign. That's a sign.
I mean, it's either sign that or that I'm like out off the loop. That's a very good sign.
Yeah. I'm down.
What's going on now is people are absolutely scrambling. People are trying to figure out, first off, what everyone's name is for sure.
Checking things.
And trying to settle on any name at all, on for any possible reason you can come up with, either strength for the day or who didn't do well in the challenge or who knows.
Torches behind you. I want you to go grab a torch. You can approach the lighter and get flame. This is part of the ritual of tribal council because in this game, fire represents your life. When your fire is gone, so are you. All right, so here we are at our first tribal council, head tribe. One of you is about to be the first person voted out of the game. So you guys lost the challenge. Stephanie, what do you think happened today during the challenge?
I mean, I think we were set up not being the most physical tribe. I think the physical stuff just got the best of us, but I also think we were really close, and it was just a matter of a few seconds.
So Rawan, do you think this tribe is at a disadvantage in terms of physicality?
I don't. I think it was a small puzzle piece. It was our first time out. Our team worked really hard to kind of make it happen, and we came up short today.
So Tyler, you go back to camp. I'm assuming there's not much time to really celebrate or be a united tribe. So what happened when you got back to camp?
Well, I was kind of the person that was like, listen, we could easily stand here and be in a circle and re-say all of our names, or we could all just kind of start breaking up and start talking right away. So the game kind of started right away when we got back to camp. We were breaking up into different groups, talking, a lot of names were thrown out. It's stressful. I mean, we just met these people. They're super awesome, super nice. That's why I wanted us to win so bad. But yeah, a lot of names, a lot of strategy.
Is anybody here willing to admit that they are worried that it could be them? Tyler.
If you're not worried.
If you're not worried, you're not worried, you're not playing the game.
Yeah.
There's chaos going on.
Like,
Yes.
Can we vote you out?
They tried that in season 1. So Jake, how do you base the vote tonight? What is your criteria?
It's really tough. Like Tyler said, we got back and the game sort of immediately started. So it was sort of scrambling around, seeing who you had good vibes with when we sort of got to introduce each other this morning, and then just sort of go from there. So I think it's really just based off of who maybe you got a good impression off of, and who you didn't.
So, Melissa, what are you basing on?
I mean, like you said, it was hard. Like when we divided into teams, I was super happy with everyone who ended up on the blue team. Like I know people could base it off of physicality, and they might say, I know my name was said today, but I can just do my best to move the vote somewhere else.
Hannah, do you think that this tribe is one of intelligence like the theme represents, and that you guys were talking through the numbers and the strategy of the intelligence of the game besides getting to know each other? Or do you think that you guys sort of used your heart and played that way?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously we are the head tribe, but at the same time, you can't get anywhere without using your emotions and your feelings, and so definitely there was some of that going on, but I do think overall we thought about what would be best to the tribe, as far as possible.
All right, so one of you is about to be voted out. We'll see if this tribe does gain strength, if you guys can keep your tribe strong. You guys are going to approach the voting urn over there, cast your vote one at a time. So Tyler, you're up first.
Listen, I'm the English teacher. I'm going to spell this name wrong.
You tried to save me. I don't know if that's doing anything, but sorry to do this. Hope it's you, not me.
I'm sorry. I was trying to vote for Kyle. He's not on our tribe. He's not even here. There's no Kyle, but I tried. I mean, hopefully it's you and not me.
I just don't think you mesh well with the tribe, and we're not losing any strength by voting you out.
My vote is purely based on first impressions and what everyone else is saying the name is going to be. I'm trying not to make waves, so hopefully it's not me. And if it is, it's been a fun one vote.
Sorry, girl, just didn't get to know you.
God, I forget his name.
All right, I will go tally the votes. All right. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right, I will reveal the vote. First vote, Rwan. Next vote, Hannah. One vote Rwan, one vote for Hannah. Jake. One vote for Rwan, Hannah, and Jake. Rwan. It's 2 votes for Rwan. 1 vote for Jake and Hannah. Rwan. That's 3 votes for Rwan. 1 vote Jake and Hannah. first person voted out of Survivor Philadelphia Head vs. Heart is Rowan. Rowan, you need to grab your torch. Rowan, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. All right, so you guys are one tribe member down. We're very early in this game. There is much time to pick it up. You guys can head back to camp. I'll see you at your next challenge.
I mean, I guess I was blindsided. I thought I had a good thing going with some of the guys on the team. I went to a confessional, and before I left, we were talking Melissa or Hannah, and when I came back, everybody was saying, we're voting Kyle. And then I found out that Kyle was Jake, and then all of a sudden we get to travel and it's me. Guess that's how it goes.
Next time on Survivor. Bonds are built at the Heart Tribe.
I definitely feel really close to Nikki.
Me, Matt, Liz, and Lauren.
And the hunt is on for the idol.
I literally stuck my arm up a tree. So the idols are on everybody's radar, definitely.
A new target emerges at the Head Tribe.
Stephanie really wants to get Jake out right now, so I don't know how I'm gonna handle that situation.
But when the unthinkable happens,
I hurt my knee.
The future of the game is unclear.
Not the medevac.